When we first bought the place, of course, there was nothing up here at all. It was just... I hear that every morning at 4 o'clock. My name is Galen William. There's not too many Galens around in the country. And I've been the owner of this property for 21 years. The name of this property is the Shell Natural Resource Area, or some people call it the North Fork of Whiskey Creek Ranch. I previously spent 28 years with the Forest Service. That's where I got my background in timber. So when I came onto this property, I decided that I was going to try to maximize the production of the timber. It had been owned privately by an elderly couple I happened to be working for too at the time, and he mentioned he'd like to sell it, and I said, I think I'd like to buy it. It was probably one of the best examples of the worst forestry you've ever seen. They just come along and nibbled here and there and took out some big trees and left all the little scrubby trees. Once I got started on it, why, everything just kind of fell into place. We've taken off probably 10 million feet off of this property, which is a lot. I estimate there's 5 or 6 million feet still remaining on the property. This is pretty much dug for ponderosa pine here on the south slope, but you get over on the other side, overlooking the meadow there, that's a completely different timber type there. Lots of lodgepole, white fir. It's a really good site. It's deep soils. We get a lot of moisture up here in the spring. When we first purchased the place, there was no improvements on it at all as far as buildings. We operated on it for a year and a half or so, and then we decided we need a cabin up here so that we can stay on during the week. All of the timber used in both the buildings, we cut at the sawmill down here. So the sawmill pretty much sits empty now. The game is all variety. They got turkeys and white-tailed deer and mule deer. The most interesting thing is the elk. I heard of Land and Wildlife from a friend. I was very interested in it because I've dealt with the local real estate people for the last 5 or 6 years without, I think we've had one person come up. They don't have the outreach that Land and Wildlife has. Got in touch with Caleb. I was impressed with the sincerity and the honesty that they project.
I'm Caleb Howard. This property is a very unique property. It's going to be a unique investment. There's not much like it. This one, it's special. It's a 1,880 acre, primarily forested property north of Wallowa, Oregon, northeast Wallowa, Oregon. It's got a cabin. It's 1,104 square feet, wood shed, and a couple other outbuildings, all of which were made from lumber milled on this property. There's lots to do off the property as well. 50 minutes away from Joseph, Oregon, which is a very happening place. In the summer months especially, almost every weekend there's an event going on. Car shows, rodeos, music festivals, concerts. There's always something to do off this ranch.
It's a pretty exciting thing to do, to come into a piece like this, and when there was so much opportunity to make it better. I've been here for 21 years and I'm now 80, so it's time to think of something else. I'm going to regret selling it, but hopefully somebody will come along that has basically the same philosophy as I do.